Barcelona has beaten Bilbao 2-0 at the Spotify Camp Nou, and of course, the scoreline is completely lying about the game. The scoreline is only 2-0 for Barcelona, but this game, if Unai Simon wasn't doing black magic like Pedri was in this game, which we're going to talk about as well, but Unai Simon with this performance kept Bilbao from an absolute embarrassment. Of course, this was expected. Barcelona was going to dominate Bilbao, but I'm telling you, the scoreline doesn't reflect the game. And before I even show you the stats, just subscribe to the channel, because Bilbao, I think they need some like exchange, because if I show this, I should get something in return, because this is a violation, guys. Nah, man, nah. First half, 9-3, 1-0, 69% ball possession. Guys, do you think that's bad? Look at the second half. 4 shots, 0 on target, 13, 7 on target, 2.57 expected goals, and 71% possession. And all game, it is an absolute destruction with 0 shots on target. Defensive masterclass by Barcelona once again. But then again, you look at this abomination of an attack. The only one actually trying to do something was Iñaki Williams, which, brother, is an absolute unk. Guruzeta runs like he has bricks in his shorts. Maybe, you know, do you know the thing? You know, from Marvel? You know, that's him. That's him if he like played ball and had 0 athletic ability. That's Guruzeta, the thing. I'm gonna call him the thing from now. He runs like genuinely he needs to go to the toilet. And Nico Williams, I don't know, he's just underwhelming. He's just so underwhelming. Sanse hasn't looked the same since Bilbao has started to look like so much worse. And, you know, really good performance from Barcelona, especially from Pedri, Fermin, Raphinha, and even the defenders, fair enough. I think even Juan Garcia doing a really good job sweeper keeping, because that guy comes out of the goal so much and so high up the pitch. I respect him for that so much, because I know some people will not be noticing that, but this Bilbao team, I wouldn't be surprised if in 2 years, if they don't do something about this team and the older, more experienced players leave, they will be finishing in 15th, 16th, and maybe even fighting relegation, guys. That's how bad this team is. And when you look at the bench, who's coming on the, you know, on the pitch of the bench, Berenguer, Navarro, Boiro, Gerena Beranya, yeah, fair man, Alvaro Jallo. What are these substitutions, bro? And Edin Terzic, not really a bad manager, you know, a former Dortmund manager, has done a lot with them as well. This team just looks absolutely like they capitulated in defense. And you have a World Cup winner playing like this, getting 7 injuries per game. I don't know what Laporte was on. Then he gives a goal to Fermin Lopez. Like, oh my goodness, if I was Unai Simon in this game, I would have been like smoking them. I'm throwing punches in the locker room, guys. I'm doing it. Fuck you mean I have 90 minutes played, 8 saves, 2 goals conceded, and I prevented 1.69 XG, and one of the goals I conceded is basically an assist from Laporte. Like, we're gonna get to the second half, but it's the same story when there is a team that clearly is scared of Barcelona. Because there are some teams, smaller teams, that usually do pretty well against Barcelona. And those are the teams, usually, that are, you know, just above relegation, but not really mid-table. You know, they have, like, nothing to lose. They don't have a care in the world. They just do their game plan and execute it perfectly well. That's the teams that do pretty well against Barcelona. I'm not saying they beat them, but if there is a team that just stupidly keeps doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and keep expecting different results, like, you're insane. Terzic, you didn't change anything about your game plan. And you know what their game plan was, actually? Guys, if you win the ball, put it to Guruzeta's head. If he doesn't win it, we will try to win the ball back. That's the game plan, guys. Give the ball to the Williams brothers. If they can be their fullback, we have absolutely no outlet in midfield. We have nobody that can play a line-breaking pass. Nobody is giving through balls behind the defense, because, of course, Barcelona has a good high line. And these defenders, yeah, Canales, Juara, and Sanse can go... You can go do one, honestly. You can go do one. The amount of chances that are running through you just because you're not marking Fermin Lopez and giving him space like he's some sort of bum. And You know what's the craziest thing? Pedri, even though, of course, he has an assist, he has everything, we know he can pass the ball, but this guy absolutely cooked them defensively. He only has 3 defensive contributions, 3 recoveries, 1 clearance, 2 tackles. It's not the craziest of numbers-wise. This guy was everywhere right positionally. And when the team needed him to break that line, when Barcelona just wasn't scoring their chances in the first half, he does it, puts it to Raphinha. Great finish by Raphinha, just takes it around the keeper. Unai Simon, nothing really he can do too much there. He even touched the ball almost, he almost actually prevented Raphinha from scoring. And then it was just game done. I knew the game was done as soon as I saw that, because even before Barcelona scored, there was just like no, indication or just like thought in my mind that Bilbao was actually gonna go on to score a goal. Because, as I said, if Nico Williams or Iñaki Williams didn't get past their fullback, the plan was to bang up the pitch, the ball, and just try for Guruzeta to somehow fight it off against Gerard Martin, Bernal, Kubarsi, Xavi Espart, and Eric Garcia. So you're basically putting yourself in a disadvantage before you even start the game, And this is a game where Lamine Yamal had an okay game, Gordon had an okay game, Raphinha after the first half had an okay game, Bernal was a little bit out of it just because of Pedri's brilliance, I would say. The defense didn't really have much to do, if I'm going to be completely honest. They just needed to prevent Guruzeta from holding up the ball. And they did that perfectly well, because nobody was helping him. I feel sorry for the guy, but he's just absolutely trash. And when you have a striker that can't hold up the ball, he can't run, and he can't finish, he can't get into the box, he doesn't find himself in good opportunities, what are you genuinely good for 81 minutes in 2026 against Barcelona? I don't get it, honestly. I would have much rather seen Williams as a striker, and Berenguer just come in here and be like a 4th midfielder somehow, because this is actually pointless. I don't see what the direction of Bilbao is, but the direction of Barcelona is that if they want, they can score 5 goals against any team in the Liga, maybe apart from Real Madrid and Barcelona. Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. Because this is absolutely insane how good the transition is from Fermin Lopez and Pedri. And of course, if they get the ball out, I already said, just Bilbao was just absolutely donkeys, man. They give so much space to Gordon. They don't track back with Fermin Lopez because they think he's some bum. I just don't get it. And the goal they conceded in the second half is, yes, huge mistake from Laporte. But how is Adeyemi driving with the ball 5 times in a row, doing the same shit, having the worst touch of all time? He just kicks it, runs to it. That's his dribbling, guys. No, you have no sense of urgency, no awareness, no spatial awareness from Laporte. Gives the assist to Fermin Lopez. And it's not because Laporte is a trash player or anything. I just think he had a bad game. But the defenders around him are honestly dog shit. They are absolute dog shit. There's no IQ. And if you want to defend Barcelona, you need to be switched on every single attack. They weren't switched on any attack, guys. If Lamine Yamal had his shooting boots today, it could have been 7-0. I'm telling you. If Gordon actually put himself in better opportunities, because I think on the ball he was actually okay. Passing wise he was okay. I think he should have just maybe had better runs, I would say, because Pedri was he was on it, bro. Pedri was magical today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so unbiased when it comes to Pedri having good games. When he's having a stinker, I'm gonna let you know. When he's having a good game, I'm gonna let you know as well. Yeah, I'm the biggest Jude Bellingham glazer, but I can see a good midfielder's performance. I was a midfielder myself as well. This is an absolute masterclass from Pedri, honestly. And once again, Hansi Flick, I gotta give him credit for the lineup, because I think some people maybe expected, Xavi Espart to not be in the lineup, or maybe, that Bernal wouldn't be on the pitch. It could have been Rodri, it could have been somebody else. We could have seen earlier substitutions for some people as well, but he gave time to the people that needed the time. Dani Olmo came on, did pretty well as well. Rodri made his debut, of course, which I want to ask you actually, Barcelona fans. What did you think about Rodri? I think, there is no, how would you even call this? I don't think there is any possible way you can be looking at this game and judging Rodri's performance, too much, because let's be honest, Bilbao was just absolutely donkey, and Rodri didn't really have to do much, he was just okay. I wouldn't say anything else. Yeah, Rodri had his debut. I don't really care about Rodri, I'm not gonna lie. Jules Koundé came on, did pretty much nothing. Adeyemi, once again, if it isn't running, he can't do it. And João Cancelo, 85 minute, I'm not even gonna, speak about too much, but the substitutions came at the right times. You give Adeyemi 10 minutes against Bilbao, tired legs of this defense, you're gonna get something, Flick knows that if you put in Adeyemi after, by the way, Gordon is running at these defenders for 80 minutes, you're gonna get something, and just a lack of judgment in Laporte, and I don't know what happened in the second half, honestly. Like, Barcelona probably had the easiest game I have ever seen them play against Athletic Bilbao since they destroyed them in that Super Cup, in Saudi, because this was just so sad from Bilbao, honestly. Anytime Lamine Yamal got the ball, even when he lost it, they immediately got it back. Gordon lost it, Pedri's picking up the ball. Pedri has this perfect spatial awareness. And why is that? Because Bilbao's plan was absolutely flawed from the start. And, I keep talking about the midfielders and everything, but Unai Simon, honestly, I don't think he could have done much more, and the game still ended 2-0. Imagine having a man-of-the-match performance as a goalkeeper. By the way, playing for Bilbao, not some bum-ass club. Against Barcelona, where some of their players are not having even the greatest of games. For example, like Lamine Yamal, I think he was just okay, honestly. Like, on the ball, he was okay. I think his finishing just has to get better. He seems a little bit weird on the pitch. I don't know what it is. Maybe let me know what do you think this is, because he just doesn't seem to have like that fire, when he plays. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's just tired from the World Cup. It's normal. I'm not saying that Lamine Yamal is a bad player, but honestly, if Barcelona didn't have Pedri today, it could have been a much different game. I see this game going a little bit differently if Pedri wasn't there, because Pedri was doing absolutely everything for Barcelona. And without Pedri and giving Raphinha a clear chance, and basically the second goal being given to Barcelona, they just couldn't capitulate on the chances they were making. And 4xG is not a small xG against Bilbao, and only scoring 2 goals, especially at home. It was a bad performance from the guys that were finishing, honestly. Like, we could have seen, I'm telling you, from the game that I watched, 4xG seems a little bit nice. I think it could have been 5-6-0. Unai Simon was absolutely sensational, but some of those chances, like that Adeyemi chance at the end, Fermin had a good chance as well. Raphinha had some good chances. Lamine Yamal hitting the bar had a chance as well, where he just, I don't know what it is with Lamine Yamal. Sometimes he finishes like Messi, sometimes he finishes like Ferenc Mastancero. So I don't know, make it make sense, man. He's so inconsistent there, but Barcelona get it done, even though they didn't have the best performances finishing wise. Their chance creation just overrules anything, any problem they have in attack with finishing, because they will create so many chances, and Unai Simon can only do so much. My man of the match, undisputedly, is Pedri in this game, because you have to be a winner for me to actually be a man of the match. I don't care about fucking Unai Simon saving 15 goals. You still lost, buddy. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If it was Bilbao drawing, I would have given you fucking player of the season award, because this guy played like I've never seen him before. Because usually when it comes to Unai Simon in La Liga, the La Liga true fans know that Unai Simon is a high one in La Liga. Respect to him for this game, but overall, an absolutely embarrassing performance from Bilbao. Another good performance from Barcelona, and especially the triangle of Pedri, Fermin, Raphinha. Gotta give respect where it's due, honestly. Another 3 points for Barcelona. They're top of La Liga now. 6 points. Perfect record so far for both teams. Let's see where the season takes us next. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.